Hey guys, it's Maymay and welcome back to a Hallow Craft. And today we're not in the book. We have been in the Big Book of Holiday Crafts, but this week's kind of been in like the week of easy crafts, and so I'm going to continue that. So this craft is super easy, but I think it'll make a big payoff. So let's get started. What I'm using today are these burlap cinch bags from Creative Essentials and Springs Creative that have a drawstring on them. They come 3 to a pack, and you can get these at Walmart. And I'm also going to use some, this is that vinyl they sell by the yard. Now let me tell you why I'm using this one. Because I have it in my stash. I would use felt if I don't have any black felt. You could use black fabric. You could even get away with drawing directly to the bag. You could paint. There's so many different ways to do this, but I was just going to show you how I'm doing it. And I thought this was kind of neat because it kind of gives it a, kind of a, I don't know, a more expensive feel because it is this faux vinyl and it's just a little strip of it. So let's show you what we're going to do. Alright, so to start, I'm going to flip this dude over and use the back side. And I'm just using any old marker. And this is the fun part. And if you really want to have fun, let your kids do this. Because what kid does not like to draw a jack-o'-lantern face? Remember when you were little and we all drew jack-o'-lantern faces? I know I did. This lid does not want to stay. Okay, here's what you do. Draw a couple of eyes. It's just a triangle. Another couple of eyes. I mean, not another couple, but the other eye. And then play with your mouth. And you can do whatever you want. You can have just a smiling. Like if you wanted it to just smile, you could do like this. Or if you wanted to have teeth, just come in here and give it some teeth. There's just nothing to it, and you can do anything you want and create different mouths. Okay? Then you will just cut them out. Now watch how easy this is. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut across to both. Because of the way I drew them, it makes it super easy. And then to cut them away, it's just snip and snip. Okay, so we've got 2 eyes done. And then you'll just cut your mouth out. Now I already did it because we're doing 3 of them, so I've already done it. And I just want to show you what I did earlier. So these are the 3 bags, and I'm going to show you the 3 faces. Make sure they're in the screen. They are. Okay, so I did this smile and this smile. See how they just don't matter? You can make them big, you can make them small, either way. And I did this smile. Then I have this set of eyes. Super cute. And then here's a set of eyes. And none of them are the same, but that's okay because they're just cute like that. That's all there is to this part. So now we're just I'm gonna hot glue these in place. So I'm just gonna run some glue along the back of the eyes. It's so easy to do. If it weren't for the hot glue, your kids could do this part too. So you might want to just change up the glue and let them do it too. Maybe some craft glue, some Aleene's tacky glue. I'm just doing this for speed. Okay, let's put this mouth on. So cute. I really like the vinyl on there. That's kind of neat. But I literally just went into my stash and looked for something that was black that I could use because I didn't have any felt. And I thought I did, but I didn't. I have colors, but no black. Alright, so I'm just going to glue all these down. And we'll get together for the next step. Okay, so I happen to have a lot of this stuffing because I bought it for a project and I bought way more than I needed. So I'm going to use this inside the bag. But you could use plastic bags. You could use old wrapping paper if you had a bunch of that you wanted to get rid of. Just stuff the bag. You could use fabric if you had some scraps of fabric. If you had an old ruined t-shirt, just think about it. You could stuff this with anything because nobody's going to see it. But I'm going to use this because I have it. And if you got it, go ahead. They won't weigh very much either. But you might want to think about if you're going to be standing these up, which I'm going to be standing them up. When you're stuffing them, think about that base and make sure they're going to stand. If you needed to, you could add some rocks in the bottom or some beans or rice or something like that to kind of give it some weight. But I'm going to attempt to do this with just the stuffing. Okay, so this guy is good and stuffed. I'm going to go ahead and pull his drawstring. And can you see the stuffing is kind of showing? As you pull that drawstring, just tuck that in and make it disappear. I'm not going to tie it yet because I want to see how he's looking. Oh, I think that looks cute. Very cute. Okay. So once you feel like you got him stuffed like you want it, you're going to cinch that tight and then tie this together nice and tight so that it stays. Okay? And I'm going to leave this little string on it because we're going to decorate and we'll figure out how we want to use that in a few minutes. So next is decorating. So I have this ribbon that I picked up when we were at Old Time Pottery not too long ago. And I'm just going to cut a strip of it. And we're going to make what will look like leaves at the top. So I'm going to gather this little strip and put it around this top portion. And then tie it tight. Pull it snug like that. Then, because of this ribbon the way it is, I can then play with it and get it to kind of open out for me. Now I'm just going to trim it and just kind of clean it up a little bit. So there's the first part. Now also in my stash I have this orange ribbon and these little gold pine cones. These came from the dollar store. No, they didn't. These came from last year at Christmas time. These little pine cones. I got them at Hobby Lobby last year. So I have those in my stash. And I'm going to make a bow because I think that'll be cute up here. And I'm just doing a bunny-eared one. Okay, I'm going to trim this edge and this one. Now I'm just going to put a little hot glue here, like so, and put this little bow down. Now I'm going to put these little pine cones in. I think this will be cute to have these little pine cones on here too. So one like that, and then one just kind of down here. Like so. Just to be cute. So what do you think? Super easy, huh? Then I'm going to do the same thing with the other two, and then I'll have something I can sit around. Now I think I will put a little dab of hot glue back here to hold that knot in place that I tied. So I can use these for years and years. Just a little bit of glue there. And I'm going to cut this twine away. Like so. But I'm not going to waste it. This is knotted, so I'm going to cut this away. So I've cut a little piece of that, and I'm going to like glue the ends together like so. And then, just for cute, I'm going to stick it in behind here. So it looks like I have a different layer in there to have a little twine up in there too. I think that'll be cute. So you just cut a strip and fold it in half, making a loop. Put a little bit of glue there. Decide where you want to put it. And I'm hiding it behind these pine cones. Tuck that in. And it just gives you a little more. It looks like a bow. So I have these two loops glued in. And now what I'm going to do is take the other two pieces, because I don't want to waste any of that, right? And I'm just going to put a little hot glue and just stick them in so it will look like a bow, but it's not. That's a good trick for you. Make it look like a bow, but it's really not. So a little bit of hot glue on the end, and I'm going to lift up that ribbon and tuck it up inside and stick that down. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just a touch of hot glue. Lift up the ribbon, tuck that in like so, and now it looks like we have multiple. See how that works? Pretty neat, huh? You can glue these down if you want to, but I think they're cute kind of loose. So now I'm going to do that to the other ones as well, but I want to show you something. On these two, I didn't stuff them as big. I tried to kind of give the look of 3 different sizes, and this one, when I get it tied, is going to look smaller too, because you can see that I left some loose space. So I'll have like really full, so it kind of gives me the feel of 3 different sizes. So whenever we put them in our decorating, you know, in our house, it'll look like 3, you know, like mommy, daddy, and baby. So that's what we're going to do with these. So I want to show you one more time. These are the tails that come off the bag whenever you tie them. So you end up with 2, okay? I'm going to cut one of them in half. I'm going to take the ends and put them together and put a little hot glue where they meet. Okay? Then I'm just going to come behind the pine cone, because that's where I want this to lay, and stick that in. So it'll look like a bow loop, but I don't have to tie a bow. Same thing. Just like that. Come behind the pine cone. Come in here behind the pine cone and stick that in. So I get a loop, like I tied a bow, but I didn't. And then this, I'm going to cut in half. And one side will go on one side, and one side will go on the other. So a little glue. Stick it right inside here. And another one. So you get the look of a bow, but we didn't tie a bow. It's a good trick if you need to look like you've done some ribbon work or something like that. But maybe you're not good at tying a bow. So see how that looks like a bow? Alright, so let's do this one. And there you go. That's our little family of pumpkins. Now I'm going to show you how I decorate with these. I'm going to put them in some pictures and show you how I would sit them around. But they're super cute. Now think, if you wanted to fill these with goodies to give away, you could. Just make sure you don't hot glue everything so that it closes the bag. Just go in and tie a bow and maybe put some other little adornments, a tag or something like that on it. But there you go, another quick, easy fall project for Halloween. This is HalloCraft number 6, I think. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.